All right. Well, if Renegade says so, then it's time to start the stream. Welcome to the stream, Renegade. It's good to see you, as always. And Austin is in here under the new name of Empower Group, which I already like the sound of. Kind of interested. I'm gonna have to go over and see what he's doing with that new name, but I definitely like it. So it's good to see you, gentlemen. I Yeah, it's been a week. The weather is horrible here in Ohio and much of the Midwest. It's very rainy, overcast, kind of that depressing pneumonia weather, as I refer to it. So we're dealing with that. The temperatures dropped a lot, and the rain is cold. So it's a recipe for getting sick if you're out in it too much. I don't have much to drink tonight because I do have some work duties to fulfill. But this is a Berry Weiss. I got it in like a multi pack. It's it's a little on the sweet side, honestly. A little more so than I was expecting. It reminds me of uh, St. Ides used to have like a fruit punch malt liquor flavored beverage, and it reminds me a lot of that. Uh oh. My brother there saying that he's having surgery. I will have to call him uh, probably tomorrow morning and see a little more details about that. Having surgery after his birthday on the 29th, and he'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks from work. Ooh, I wonder what the surgery is. You don't have to say here, but I was not aware of that, and that's coming up soon. That's towards the end of this week. So, interestingly enough, I will have to inquire about that and see what's going on there. Well, hopefully it's nothing too major. Anyhow, guys, yeah, it's been a week. Fusions of your back, like your vertebrae, getting fused together. I know somebody that had that. If that's what you're referring to, and they did pretty good with it afterwards, I think. But I mean, I'm sure every single case is different. Oh, yeah, pelvic bone. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be a little different. I think the guy I knew had his done somewhere in like his mid to upper back, something like that. I think, if I'm remembering right. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And there is Mr. Price. Good to see you, sir. I am doing well. I'm hanging in there. I got a promotion at work. I work from home now. You can see my lovely setup there behind me. I'm regional. I pretty much run central and northern Indiana as far as maintenance, scheduling, and procurement. So I spend all the money on a daily basis. So it's good as far as work, and based on what's been going on with the automotive industry, I got out at a good time, I feel, and I've been able to put myself into a good position here with my new employer, and I don't really have a ceiling above me. I have the ability to move up and to continue to go. Uh, you must be logged in under like a different account. Sometimes it creates multiple accounts for you. So yeah. Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is, Mr. Price. So, yeah, I mean everything's good with me. The kids are happy and healthy. Yeah, I really can't complain too much. The job is it's stressful at times. It's different. It's a lot more administrative. Um, but I still get to go on site. I still have a lot of control over the maintenance and what goes on. Uh, Do I want to buy an Autel scan tool? I would be tempted to. Message me after the stream and let me know some details. I'll definitely look into it and consider it. I don't know that I specifically need one at the moment. My one car is a 95, and if you know anything about OBD2, it wasn't required until 96, and the car I have has a diagnostic port of unknown origin, and I have no idea how to do anything with it. The last time it developed what turned out to be a misfire without doing really a whole lot of work because of the apartment life. I took that shit to a shop. I don't have the time or ability to sit there and mess with it in my parking lot. And so I took it to a shop and they were able to diagnose it. But yeah, it's got some weird diagnostic port that you still use like jumpers and things to change functions. And I don't know enough about that. I could research it, of course, but I wasn't. I wasn't putting in the time. But yeah, let me know. I'll definitely consider it. And here's something else that I wanted to. There's a few of you on here um, that I wanted to talk about briefly. As I don't like to be Chicken Little, but if you look around Facebook Marketplace, if you look around the grocery stores and different places, you start to see some signs that the economy is maybe not as strong as everybody seems to think it is. And oh, okay, if it does OBD1, then I might be. I forget. I thought that there was like a different name for that too. It was some other kind of like comport. But yeah, I'll definitely look into it. Let me know. Message me on Instagram. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me sometimes. Bill Beckett is here. Welcome, Bill. Everybody watch your language, especially me. Uh, but what I was saying is, if you look on Facebook Marketplace, a lot of people are selling stuff because the market's inflated, right? Uh, Houses are going for more, cars are going for ridiculous amounts of money. I'm probably going to do a short talkity talk kind of video just to get some content out there about this. I don't know how it'll turn out. But I'm gonna do that this week or a weekend at the latest. And then I'm gonna start using an editor. A buddy of mine is still at my old company, and they're not working full weeks, so his income is affected. And uh, so I'm gonna try to help him out and let him do some editing for me. So if I start putting out trash videos, forgive me. Like, part of it is just getting some content back on the channel, and part of it is going to be getting my new editor some work. Still got to work out the logistics of how to make everything happen there, but I want to help him out. And the channel still makes revenue, so I have some money to spend on that without really um, hurting me too much. But back to the inflation. The inflation is catching up, and I don't think everybody quite sees it at the moment for what it is. I'm actually like growing more and more concerned. Oh no, they haven't been, Mr. Price. They haven't been. Um, for at least a couple of months now, they've been doing short weeks, Fridays off, and different things. No overtime at all to be even spoken about. But they're in some cases they're getting 3-day, 4-day weeks because of the supplier shortages on chips and different things affecting the automotive industry. So yeah, it's getting kind of bad for some of them. On my purchasing side of the things I see at work, I'm seeing lead times double. I'm seeing prices increased, and most of them on my end aren't that bad. See like 5% surcharges on damn near everything. Sometimes it's a flat fee on certain items. A lot of items are beginning to be on back order, like simple things like casters, like basic 4 bolt, maybe there's a brake, maybe it's a swivel, maybe it's a straight roller. Nothing crazy, like standard casters on back order. I ordered them. The lead time had doubled. I inquired about it. They told me it was going to be the end of October before they even ship. And so these are like standard items, high use items, at least in my world. And it's getting kind of rough. But when you look at Facebook Marketplace and things like that, these people are selling cars for, or trying to. I don't know what they're actually getting, but the prices they're listing things for are astronomical. $3,000 and $5,000 for a 15-year-old truck. I mean, the truck prices have always been a little high, but like there's no $500 vehicles anymore. There's no $1,000 vehicles anymore. Everything is 2 grand, 3 grand, 4 or 5, and you're getting what you would probably pay 1,000 or 1,500 for before. It's really crazy, and it's getting worse. And so there's two things at play here. People are trying to sell things because they need money, and they're trying to take advantage of the overinflated market. Let me see my notifications real quick. I'm getting drop frames, so I'm going to pause my crypto mining for now and hope that fixes my drop frames that I'm getting on the stream. So my computer's not working as hard. Um, China can't keep up with. There's a lot of problems right now. We're starting, Bill. We're starting stuff with China. I think our administration sucks. That's my personal opinion. Not along any party lines. I just don't agree with like damn near anything that's going on right now. Um, and they don't have a plan for this inflation. They seem to think that somehow it's all going to be okay. If they start throwing money at it, it's going to get even worse. So I mean, do what you can, safeguard what you have, save what you can, make the preparations for a rainy day just in case. But it's looking like we're edging towards a cliff and there's going to be a steep drop off. And you got to remember, a lot of these people out here just bought houses. A lot of these people have bought houses, but these are all under the predetermined factors that they had that income and, a certain wage and a certain earning power that may not be there. And even if you do have the earning power, the inflation is going to fight against that. So your mortgage rate isn't going to change unless it's adjustable, which they did get better after 2008 about not giving out the adjustable rate mortgages to people who couldn't really afford them. But that still doesn't matter that we're not going to see a huge drop in housing mortgage default rates. So if we start seeing that, that's going to be your big red flag that we're about to fall off a cliff. Like probably, if I'm no financial expert, but it's probably going to be way worse than 2008 because we tried to fix 2008 by throwing money at it, and it seemed like it worked for a while, and everything's gotten better. And think about the inflation in terms of wages. What just happened with the labor shortage? Employers are paying people way. I mean, not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, way more than they were just to get people. I mean, you can almost name your price right now. So if you think about that in terms of how sustainable that's going to be if economic conditions persist, companies are going to go under, which means more people lose their jobs. It's it's looking quite bleak, and I don't like to be the bearer of bad news. I don't like to think about these things. I'm not letting it drive my everyday, but I'd be lying if I didn't say, like, I mean, I'm watching my investments tank in crypto and in the stock market tank. The crypto market has dropped like damn near 50% in some cases, like almost across the board. It's still fluctuating. It's still very volatile right now, but like I mean, I just took a huge hit on that. I had a bunch of stuff in there, and I missed some opportunities. There were a couple that skyrocketed that I got out of, prematurely. So there is that. It's not all bad news, but it's not reassuring for a financial future. My stocks have been down since January. I can't even get out of these losing positions. I've lost over half of my portfolio, um, and I'm holding on to it because I'm not going to sell for a loss, that great of a loss. I'm just going to sit on it. If I lose it all, I lose it all. Um, but yeah, it's dropped from like, I had about 4K or so in there. I think it's worth about 1100 or so right now. I mean, it's just tanked. Everything's just tanking. There's no forward momentum damn near anywhere. So, be careful. Watch your 401ks. If you can, make some elections to move things into more stable markets, bonds, things that don't move as much, just in case something tanks. You can always move it back later. You can always adjust, but think about these things, especially you gentlemen on here that I know are older and you're either closing on or already at retirement age. You need to think about these things and watch them as they develop and try to stay ahead of it. I don't want anyone on here to get wrecked. I mean, I think I'll be all right. My earning potential seems to be pretty static now, and my job is in high demand. It's not going anywhere, so I'm fine. But I want to look out for everybody. So just, if you have to pick up a newspaper or watch some YouTube videos you necessarily don't want to, get out there and get some information and see what's really going on. Because I feel like 6 months from now it's going to be a completely different conversation. Hopefully for the better and things like even out, but it depends on how they handle it. So keep your eyes out. On that somber note, we are going to Mr. Price, what you probably don't know is the beautiful SK Banner here, tool company that has been made in America since I want to say the early 1900s, right up there with Craftsman and Snap-on and all the rest of them. Recently got acquired and sold to Great Star Tool Company, which is based in China. Now, the current information that I have is that they still plan on keeping the manufacturing here in the States. I have not confirmed that, but that's the reports that we're hearing. But we just literally lost a great one. One of my favorite, reasonably priced, made in America tool companies is now owned and operated by a Chinese tool conglomerate, which I do like Great Star Tools. It's not about them. It's not, but it's a factual statement. They acquired the company, and it's not ran by Americans anymore. And I don't have any problems with the Chinese tools. I think as a lot of you know, I shop at Harbor Freight from time to time, which that's a hot steaming mess too. They seem to be having recalls, and their prices, now that coupons are gone, are raised, and I feel inflated. The deals that they're offering, I was in there the other day looking around for something, and it just wasn't the Harbor Freight that I knew. And there weren't many people in there. They didn't seem happy, and I don't think it was because of COVID. I think it was because people are starting to wise up that Harbor Freight is not the lowest price in tools anymore. So there's that. So I think they're in trouble too over the long haul. Aloysius Hambone, welcome to the stream, sir. I like the name. I definitely like the name. Yeah, well, China is buying everything, and then one of the Chinese, if somebody knows I'm wrong, they can quote and fix it, but one of the Chinese real estate firms, I heard that's part of what sent the market spiraling the other day, was that they're basically on their last breath and they're about to go under, which is funny because they probably own a ton of shit, sorry Bill, over here in America. Like, a lot of people don't realize most of our farmland isn't owned by us anymore. Like, for the large corporations, and the predominant portion of our agricultural system is actually owned by. So I mean, there's literally nothing from stopping them. Maybe export tax from taking those goods and sending them off wherever they choose to send them. There's no rule that says you grow it here, it's got to be sold here. So that just adds to the list of concerning things. Derek, it's good to see you. Sorry I didn't say anything. Okay, my stream stopped for a second, but it says it reconnected. I don't know what's going on with my computer. Hold on 2 seconds. Control Alt